Good morning, y'all. It is April 26th and it is a Sunday. I got dropped off today at Mountain Lake Road, and man, that road is washed out. I mean, it's like a 4.5 mile dirt road, and the whole thing's just washed out, man. Lucky we had the Subaru, the Forester, but man, yeah, that road, not the greatest road to drive up. So I got dropped off here and I'm doing a northbound back to Route 42 where I got picked up Wednesday. And then tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here and I'm going to hike southbound all the way to Pearisburg and do an overnighter. Yeah, but as you can see, it is socked in again. As we were driving here, you could see the tops of the ridges were just all socked in with clouds. And it's really chilly today, like a lot chillier than it has been lately. Yeah, that's about it. So I guess I'm gonna keep on hiking northbound and I will get back with y'all. All right. Hey y'all, so I've hiked 5.5 miles so far. It was pretty easy going. I was just kind of on a ridge that kind of went downhill most of the time, and then I'm dropping and dropping. Now I'm at the War Spur shelter, and I have a little more of a drop to go, and then I'll have like a 3-mile climb up to another ridge, and then I'll get on the top of that ridge, ride it for a while, and then drop back down. And go through some farm pastures and stuff, and that's where I'm getting picked up. But yeah, so I just there's a nice, look at this, there's a nice little bench, picnic table at this shelter, and I mean, it's almost May 1st, so I don't care about not hanging out in the shelters. And plus, like I said, the other day there were 7 people in the shelters. People are using these shelters, and the truth is, I'm not playing along with this dumb game anymore. I mean, everyone knows, anyone who knows that every day, more and more comes out that this thing was way overhyped and that it was used as a tool, as a power play. And I said that from the start. I suspected it. And the thing is, I knew I could be wrong and I knew it could burn me, but it seems like every day, more and more, it's just turning out to be that way. Now, of course, there's tons and tons of people out there, people who still believe it's hype and or still believe the hype and are actually upset that people are getting out and having fun. To me, you should be excited and happy that this is turning out not to be as bad as they say and that people are trying to get back to normal lives. But there's a whole bunch of people who are upset about it and miserable. And I think the only reason they're upset about it is because they just want to be defiant against a certain person. And you all may know who that is. But like I said, I'm done. I'm not playing the game no more. Those people who want to stay locked in their house, the snowflakes and SJWs, by all means, stay in your house. None of us are saying that you have to come out. None of us are saying you have to go to work or none of that. Stay in your house. Stay locked in your house like you've always been. And hey, more room for us, man, to have fun. So yeah, y'all stay in your house. We'll come out and have fun. Life will be good. Everyone will get along because y'all will be in your houses and we'll be out here. Man, so I saw this news article and I'm not sure if it's real or not. I think it's real though. It seemed real. This guy is going to, he decided he's going to dress like the Grim Reaper and go out on the Florida beaches and just sit there and just, fearmonger people. So he has this like Grim Reaper suit with that, what's it called? The big, I can't remember what it's called. And then he has this like messed up umbrella and he's sitting kind of like on a lifeguard chair. For me, if I was a kid back when I lived on the beach and we saw that, the locals, dude wouldn't be hanging out on our beach very long. Trust me. I'm like, man, that guy's going to go to the wrong beach and he's going to run into the wrong locals, man. Because I'll tell you what, man, those locals do not play. But this guy, God, what a miserable POS he must be, right? That he's like, you know what? So he probably already had the Grim Reaper costume, which tells you he's probably one of those douchey people that like to go into those haunts or like to work in those haunts and scare people. They get their jollies off it once a year. They get to go and just act like some like crazy supernatural character and just scare the crap out of people. They just get off on it. And so that's probably his thing. I'm going to go out on the beach and fearmonger people. Dude, have fun because right now, late April, May in Florida, it might as well be summer. Might as well be July. Have fun in that black costume, man. You're going to bake. Unless you run into some heated locals, man. Don't go to New Smyrna Inlet. Trust me, dude. Do not go to New Smyrna Inlet. Oh, man. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit right there on that picnic table. I'm going to eat something. And then I'm going to get to hiking. And I will get back with y'all. All right. Hey y'all. So I have 3.5 miles left to hike. So as you can see, well, I dried up a little bit because I was sitting in the shelter back there. So it ended up raining for like the last like 2 hours. Started raining pretty good, and then it just drizzled for the last part. So I hiked. Once I was on top of the ridge, I came down and I went to a shelter. I can't remember the name of the shelter, but when I got to the shelter, there was a girl in there. My gosh, she just told me her name and I forgot it. She didn't have a trail name, but she's like flip-flopping. And she said she's gonna try to through hike, but she said she's just gonna hike for as long as she can. But the thing is, like, she was telling me that, she had quit her job and gave up where she was living. So, when this stuff happened, like, she's out here and stuck, and there's no way she can go back and get a job. And Magician was telling me that, and one other kid was telling me that too. So I bet there's a lot of people out here, because I know when people come out here to through hike, they quit their jobs. If they have an apartment, they give up their apartment. I've met people who quit their jobs, sold their house, sold all their possessions, and came out here to hike. And they're like, oh, when I finish, I'm just going to go and get a job, and I have a place to go. But with this happening, you can't just go back into society and get a job, or even maybe a place to rent. Who knows? Well, if you don't have a job, you can't get a place to rent. So I bet there's a lot of people on the trail. But anyways, the girl was telling me that she said that there's like a bubble back there, a huge, huge bubble. And she's hiking southbound to try to meet with them. And then she's going to hike back northbound because she knows a bunch of them. So I guess from what she's saying, there's a bunch of through hikers, like maybe 40 miles back. So I'll probably run into them when I get back on trail tomorrow and start hiking southbound to Pearisburg. So that'll be interesting. I didn't realize there were that many people on the trail still, but it makes sense. So yeah, and today the trail's just kind of, I mean, it's nice, but it's nothing special. No big views, just views through trees and stuff like that. So I'm about to like hike down into some pastures, so hopefully that'll be nice. And then I'm gonna get picked up, and but I will get back with y'all before I get picked up. All right. All right, y'all. I made it to Route 42. You can see my wife's back there waiting for me in the Subaru. Man, so I ended up meeting, like I said, I met that girl at the end, so she talked to me for a while. And then I met another flip-flopper who started at Harper's Ferry and heading southbound. And he stopped and talked to me for like, I don't know, like 10 minutes at least. And we were just talking about, you know, the situation and everything. Yeah, he was pretty much agreeable with kind of my theory on the whole thing. But yeah, so we talked. He's a really nice guy. Yeah, so I think that was it. And oh, so when I got towards the end, as you saw, the pastures were amazing. The trail all day today was kind of like, you know, nothing special until the very last mile, and then it was just amazingly beautiful. And that's how it is the next 2 miles across the road too. So it's awesome. So I'm going to end the video for here. There's nothing else to record. Tomorrow I'm going to do an overnight. I'm going to start back at Mountain Lake Road where I started today, but I'm going to go southbound to Pearisburg. And yeah, so I will talk with y'all in the morning. All right.